Commander Zix of the Hegemony War Fleet stared at the tactical display with 3 of his 4 eyes, the 4th monitoring his bridge crew's increasingly frantic movements. The blue-green marble of Earth hung before him, seemingly defenseless. Yet something gnawed at his consciousness, a warning passed down through generations of Kefmori military doctrine. "Sir, their orbital defenses are minimal," reported his tactical officer, mandibles clicking nervously. "A few aging space stations, some outdated missile platforms. Nothing our shields can't handle." Zixus's tail twitched, a sign of unease among his species. The ancient texts spoke of a species that dwelt on this world, one that the elders had encountered millennia ago during the first expansion. The warnings had been dismissed as mythology, fear-mongering by those too old to embrace progress. Beware! The pale primates of the Third World, the old scriptures had read. They know not when they are beaten. They know not when they should surrender. They are the fire that consumes all, including themselves. "Begin the bombardment," Zixus commanded, pushing the ancient warnings from his mind. The hegemony needed this system's resources, and Earth was merely an obstacle to be removed. The first wave of plasma bolts streaked toward the planet's surface. Cities disappeared in brilliant flashes of light. The humans' primitive military responded exactly as predicted. Their aircraft were swatted from the sky like insects, their ground forces reduced to ash before they could even mobilize. "Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the planet's surface," the communications officer announced. "Put it through." A human appeared on screen, elderly, with silver hair and eyes that held an unsettling depth. Behind him, Zix could see the ruins of what had once been a great city, smoke and flame painting the horizon. "I am Secretary General Chun of the United Earth Government," the human said, his voice calm despite the devastation surrounding him. "We formally surrender to your forces." Zixus felt a moment of satisfaction. Another primitive world had fallen to hegemony might. Wise choice, human. "Prepare your people for relocation. Your world's resources will serve the greater hegemony." Chun's expression didn't change. "Of course. However, I should inform you that our surrender comes with certain automatic protocols." "Protocols?" "You see, Commander, we humans learned long ago that some fights cannot be won through conventional means. When our planet falls, when our governments collapse, when our cities burn." Chun paused, and for the first time, Zixus saw something terrifying in those ancient human eyes. "We activate the Lazarus Protocol." Before Zix could respond, his sensor officer's voice cracked across the bridge. "Commander, I'm detecting massive energy signatures across the planet. Underground facilities they're coming online." The tactical display exploded with new contacts. Across Earth's surface, hidden installations revealed themselves. Mountain ranges split apart to reveal massive railgun batteries. Ocean floors erupted as submarine cities surfaced, bristling with weapons that shouldn't have existed on such a primitive world. "Impossible," Zixus whispered. "Our intelligence showed them to be centuries behind us technologically." Chun's image smiled coldly. "Commander, we've been preparing for this day for over 200 years. Ever since we detected your scouts at the edge of our system. We knew you'd come eventually. Your empire's expansion pattern was quite predictable." The human gestured to something off-screen. "You see, we did something our predecessors never could. We united. Every nation, every corporation, every brilliant mind on this planet working toward a single goal, making you regret ever pointing your weapons at our home." Alarm screamed across Zixus's bridge as the first salvo from Earth's hidden defenses struck his fleet. Ships that had conquered dozens of worlds suddenly found their shields failing against weapons that defied known physics. "Sir, the enemy projectiles are they're learning, adapting to our defensive frequencies in real time," the tactical officer reported in disbelief. "And Commander?" Chun continued conversationally, as if discussing the weather rather than the destruction of an interstellar armada. "We've had time to study your technology. Every probe you sent, every scout ship that passed through our system thinking we were too primitive to notice. We learned. We adapted. We improved. Another wave of impossible weapons fire tore through the hegemony fleet. Ships that had seen invincible minutes before were now burning wrecks drifting in the void. The elders, Zix muttered, finally. Understanding. The warnings, ... they were real. Oh yes, Chun said, apparently hearing him despite the distance. Your predecessors met us once before, didn't they? When we were even more primitive than you thought we were now. And somehow, we still sent them running with their tails between their legs. Zix's flagship shuddered under another impact. Half his fleet was gone, and the humans were just getting started. You should have listened to your elders, Commander. They understood something about humanity that you've forgotten in your arrogance. Chun's voice carried across the void like a death sentence. We don't fight fair. We don't fight honorably. We fight to win by any means necessary. And when someone threatens our home, the scream flickered as another devastating salvo found its mark among the hegemony ships. We become monsters. Zixif gave the only order he could. All ships retreat. Full burn away from this system. As the remnants of his once mighty fleet fled toward the edge of the system, Zixif heard Chun's final words echoing through the cum channels. Tell your hegemony that Earth remembers. Tell them we're coming. And tell them that the next time we meet, it won't be in our home system, it'll be in theirs. The last thing Zixis saw before jumping to hyperspace was Earth's surface lighting up like a star as thousands of hidden weapons. Platforms tracked his fleeing ships, each one a promise of future retribution. The elders had been right all along. Some species were meant to be left alone. Humanity was one of them.